You want to grow your income like this, but everyone knows you can't get 50 or even 100% raises, right? Well, I'm here to tell you that you can because I have a half dozen times. You can get a huge raise, build a career that gives you confidence, and become a better provider for your family if you can implement just some of the ideas in this video. Having a great income makes your household finances feel like you're playing on easy mode. I know because I've been on both sides. In my past, I've struggled to get by, but thanks to the ideas that we'll talk about today, I've gotten a series of huge raises during my career that have changed my family's life. I want you to know about what happened to me so that it can maybe happen to you too. Just to be clear, I did have to change jobs in order to get most of these raises. A few of them were fairly straightforward. I've gotten big raises by going from part-time to full-time, by getting a college degree and moving from unskilled work into skilled work, and occasionally by getting a promotion. But the really big jumps were hidden from me at first. That is, until I discovered a few key ideas that I now think of almost as cheat codes. See, originally I had to stumble about pretty much in the dark in order to find the best salary opportunities. I do work now that didn't exist when I was growing up, but even if it did, I'm certain that I would not have known about it. Now that I know about these cheat codes, though, I have confidence in the income that I am able to provide for my family. We're able to set aside savings and have a sense of stability so that even if I get laid off, we don't immediately have to worry about money. Obviously, your specific income potential depends on you, but the next big thing that gave me a big jump in my salary is 100% backed up by data. When I was early in my career, I had no idea about this trend until I stumbled into it, but the US government has gathered the data, and it's true. You could be doing the exact same role, but in a different industry, and be making a lot more or a lot less money. For me, I went from working in a startup focused on saving people money to working for a commercial bank. My title and a lot of the actual work were very similar, but this was the transition that took me into six figures. Did you know that the median income for a customer service rep working for a utility is almost twice that of one working for amusement parks and casinos? HR reps make more in publishing than they do in hospitals. AV techs make more if they're working for hotels, and a training and development specialist working for a food and beverage retailer could probably make a lot more money if they could get the same job but working for a utility instead. What if you could do the same job but in a different industry and make more money? Pretty cool. At the end of this video, I'll give you a link to another video that talks more about how to find the best industry for your role. All right, so I went from close to minimum wage working part-time to a full-time salary role with a degree in a high-paying industry. My income was now more than 10 times what it was when I started. But what if you want even more? My next two really big jumps were, quite frankly, really hard to pull off, but they taught me lessons that I think apply at pretty much any level. So here are my two remaining lessons, garnered from the absolute biggest income jumps I've had in my career. 1. Companies with high standards for talent often pay more for that talent. It's almost too simple, right? Of course, if a company has higher standards, they're going to have to pay more. But that means that if you can live up to those higher standards, you can take advantage of it to earn a lot more money. Now, by higher standards, I am not talking about working for jerks. Bad bosses pay worse, not better. Again, that's almost tautological. No, I'm talking about companies that want you to be smart, professional, well-educated, experienced, and able to work hard on the right things without close supervision. If you can get one of those jobs, it is worth the effort. Not only is the pay often great, but you get to work with other people who are also smart, professional, well-educated, experienced, and can work hard on the right things without supervision. And to be clear, those kinds of people are everywhere in all kinds of jobs. And I wouldn't expect any company to get this 100% right. But it is so nice sometimes to work in a place where that's just the expectation. Combine moving into the right industry with moving to a higher tier of company, and you might be surprised at how much more money you could be making. The final insight that I have for you today is the one that unlocked the biggest income boost in my career dollars-wise. And really, it's the secret sauce that enabled all the others. You have to master your own mindset. This is a long-term game, and I don't have all the answers. But to really play at higher levels, you have to be willing to step into the arena. You have to accept the responsibilities of leadership. You have to get comfortable with uncomfortable. You got to learn how to deliver regardless. You've got to figure out when to really care and when to just let it go. You've got to learn how to play the game even if sometimes you choose not to. Oh, and ideally you need to be really good at your job. Here is that video that I mentioned about how to find the right industry.